Hey Scorpio, it's your girl Alex, and I'm back again to bring you guys another tarot reading. I hope you guys are doing incredible. Let's see what the universe has for you, my lovely Scorpio. God, angels, universe, please bless Scorpio with some clear information. Thank you. Five of Pentacles. You feeling depleted? Five of Wands, controversy. King of Swords. I heard somebody's being pig-headed, stuck in their own ways. Six of Wands, moving forward. Death card, endings and beginnings. High Priestess. So you know something is not over. Right now, there is, oh yeah, look, 10 of Cups. 5 and 5, 10. Okay. 8 of Wands. Okay, there's another round of something, and you're waiting on it. So your intuition has kicked into gear, Scorpio. I feel like for a lot of you, at least for right now, your intuitive abilities could be heightened, right? You're looking at a particular situation as logical as possible. And I feel like your mind has already been made up about a particular situation, and you're approaching some sort of end to something, right? I feel like the universe is saying, cut your ties, let something go, move on, ride off into the sunset so you can be happy. And I feel like Scorpio understands the assignment. Scorpio is going to be in the process of moving on, moving away from something. And then the universe is going to be like, skirt. And another thing on tonight's episode of As Scorpio Worlds Turn. Yeah, look, there's a lot of waiting for you to get some signs. Oh, you're wishing for something. You're wishing for a sign. You're looking for some sort of indication and or notification as to if there's going to be any sort of recourse after an argument. Angel said the way that you ended it, maybe somebody walked out, somebody ghosted, somebody cut off. There's lack in whatever this situation is. I feel like whatever this is, you walking away or... Angel said, no, baby, it's not walking away from. It's walking towards something that you feel bad about. That you had to abandon these 8 cups. 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups. Sorry, 3 of Wands. You're waiting for your happily ever after. You're going to be moving around a lot in July and August. For a lot of you, your financial situation is causing a lot of grievances in your life. Feels like there's been a lot of disputes. And it has been triggering your inner child. 1, 2, 3, 5. 3 5s clustered. 3 3s. Okay. This is so weird. When I said that 3 3s and 3 5s, my angel said you're feeling excluded or left out of some sort of family dynamic. It feels like there are 5 people, go figure, right? It could be a mother and 4 kids, a dad and, husband and wife and 3 kids, or, polyamory and 1 kid, right? It feels like 5 people, okay? And someone's feeling very much left out or off on the side of the road. And that feeling left out and off on the side of the road is a childhood trigger. King of Swords and the 5 of Swords is there's only one intelligent thing to do, which is to exclude yourself from whatever this dynamic is. For you, that's the best thing for you. That's how you maintain your peace. This is a reading about belonging. Because there comes the trigger, myself included. A lot of you are looking for belonging. A lot of you are looking for your tribe. A lot of you are looking for that dream to come true where you can finally rest your hat in a communal environment, right? For you to finally kind of feel safe in some sort of communal environment. Angels just said to me, Scorpio, the safety that you aspire to has to come from within you. Okay? So an example of that would be, you could be in Times Square at about 5:02 on a Tuesday afternoon, right? Anybody from New York knows that is a high traffic time, both pedestrian and vehicular traffic, right? So you can be in the most crowded of places and feel safe as a baby in its mother's arms, right? Or you could be at home alone and be frantic as fuck, right? Safety is a state of mind, right? The outside world is not going to make you feel safe. It has to be the inside world that makes you feel safe. Because at the end of the day, God is protecting all of us, right? Whoever God, universe, spirit, divine is to you, they are protecting all of us, simultaneous at all times, okay? So I kind of feel like this message is for a lot of people, again, whose inner child has been triggered by some sort of communal event where they feel excluded from. That exclusion or feeling of exclusion is also in your head, right? I know. Now, Angel said, now hold up, dear girl, hold up. Because what if they had a situation where the oldest sister invited everybody except them to the party? Then that's blatant exclusion, and fuck her, right? The older sister. Fuck you, Pam, right? But at the end of the day, you may not rock with Pam in the first place. And if she did invite you, you might have declined. And maybe that's why she didn't invite you, is because you always decline, right? In other words, let's try to understand Pam's reasoning for the exclusion before we react emotionally to why we weren't invited. I hope that makes sense. I know for myself, that's something that I pride myself on, is I will not allow myself to feel something until I have the complete story, until I have the whole story, right? So as an example, if Pam didn't invite me to her party, I'm calling Pam. I'm like, hey girl, how was the party? Yeah, good. I never received an invite. What happened? And if Pam is like, I ain't want you there, then I'm like, okay, cool. Well, thanks for letting me know. Bye, bitch. Right? Y'all know how we are, right? But then when Pam is like, I didn't want you there, then my feelings will get hurt. But until I find out why she didn't invite me, I'm going to try my hardest not to let my feelings get hurt. And I'm a water sign. I'm a Scorpio, like many, a lot of you. I have Scorpio, Sun, and Venus. So my first reaction is going to be emotional. I'm going to get hurt, like, damn, even before I speak to Pam. But I'm going to call her anyway to make sure that I have as much clarity as possible instead of jumping to my own conclusion. Okay? Or allowing my inner child to run amok and throw a tantrum that's totally not necessary. Pam, and there's the conversation, the page of swords, right? So there could have been an argument where somebody was triggered by maybe some ghosting. Maybe you felt talked down on. Maybe you felt somebody were talking to you like you were a child. Maybe you could have said some childish things. There's mama. It's almost like, do not jump to a conclusion until you have all the information. Then when you have all the information, it's like Geronimo, bitch, right? Then you can jump off, pop off, do whatever you need to do peacefully. Okay? Let's keep it classy, Scorp. 5 of Wands. Ooh, the Chariot. Ooh, the Devil. Like we needed his punk ass in this reading. I always readjust so you guys can see all the cards. Okay. 4 of Cups. There's a fear here keeping someone stagnant and numb and turned off, disconnected. Okay. What is that fear related to? 4 of Wands. Oh, it's a fear of safety. There's a safety issue here. Okay. Fear of inclusion or fear of exclusion. It's the same thing, right? In other words, I'm afraid to ask Pam why she didn't invite me because I don't want to hear that she was excluding me. So that's the first fear. The second fear is I'm afraid to ask Pam why she didn't invite me. So if she says to me, well, because you always decline, you never show up, then I'm going to be obligated to show up the next time around, which is the fear of inclusion, right? The fear that shit, the next time she has a party, fuck, I'm going to have to go, right? I hope that makes sense, right? And Angel said, hold up there, butterfly, young butterfly. Thank you for that. Does Scorpio have a fear of being included? Let's all pause on that one. Let's pause on that one. Do you have a fear of being included? You have lived in a space for so very long of being excluded or rejected or denied. You wear it like a badge of honor, right? If today, tomorrow, next week, next Sunday, next month, someone says, Scorpio, I want you more. I want you in more of my events. I want to see you more. Would that make you uncomfortable also? Scorpio Church, y'all know, So then the fear of exclusion is then what? Now, by the way, I'm going to give y'all a little hint. It's self-sabotage, right? It's self-sabotage is at the bottom of this, right? Because the fear of exclusion says, oh, hey, I get to still feel like shit. And the reason why I feel like shit is because they're excluding me, right? But you're not feeling like shit because they're excluding you. You're feeling like shit because you don't want to be or are afraid of being included. Please pause the video and just marinate on that one, right? That one's a little deep there. Scorpio hangs out in the shadows. You know what I mean? Scorpio hangs out on the other side of rejection, right? It's inclusiveness, I hope I said that right, that really fucking scares Scorpio. That's a big message there. That's a big message there. Angels are saying Scorpio is so used to walking away from something in sorrow, right? Walking away from a relationship, leaving a job, leaving your friends, leaving your family. A lot of you are all too used to walking away and leaving something behind. Angels just said, well, what would you consider the alternative? So Scorpio, what's the alternative to these 8 cups? Angels said, gather them yourself and start to fill them for yourself personally. Angels also said too, this 8 of Cups implies for many of you, you are emotionally spread too thin, right? You got your business in your mama's, you got your, your heart in your mama's business and your work and your kids. And then you got to take the dogs to get their shots. and then your best friend, and then your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and then your auntie, and right? It's almost like you got cups distributed all over the place. So the universe is saying, and this is another huge message. If you got cups distributed all over the place, say you got 8 cups. Let's make this interesting. Say you got 8 cups in 8 states or 8 cities, okay? How do you know your cups are not being filled, right? As an example, I'm sitting right now outside of Atlanta. Say I had a cup in New York. Say that cup in New York is filled and overflowing. I'm not going to know it's filling or overflowing because of where I sit right here. Say I have a cup in Cali, in Los Angeles, right? Say that cup is being filled constantly. I'm not in Los Angeles, so I can't witness or partake in the overflow of that cup. So is the real issue, Scorpio, that some of you are walking away from barren cups because they're spread so widely and so thin that you just don't have the time, energy, or effort to make it to each cup all the time, right? So angels just said, okay, so now we're going to walk away from the 8 of cups. We'll hopefully get to the 9 of cups, then the 10 of cups, so we'll be happy. Angels just said to me, well, listen, baby, if you are failing at accepting the 8 cups or having to walk away from the 8 cups, the 9 cups, you may have challenges there too. So a hidden message there from my angels is that they're saying, enjoy your cups, Scorpio. Enjoy your cups, right? And they're also saying too, bring them closer to home, bring them closer to you so you can enjoy them more frequently. I hope that makes sense, right? Some of you literally are spread too thin. You need to dial it back. Angels also said to me too, some of you are struggling to keep up. I don't know what that means in your particular situation. It's almost like you've got spilt cups all around you. But again, the universe is questioning, how did the cup spill? Was it overflowing so much that it spilled over because it couldn't stand all of the flow that was coming to it and you weren't there to stabilize and hold it up? And by the way, shout out to our brothers and sisters in Texas who experienced the rivers and all that flooding. God bless you. Our hearts are with you. But yeah, you're the King of Cups, right? The King of Cups is Scorpio. It's the, the factory owner of the cups and the owner of the waterfalls and the rivers and the lakes and you know what I mean? So ending some sort of high emotionally producing situation so you can regroup. So for a lot of you, yeah, okay. My angels just pointed me back over here. They're saying that's the childhood wound, by the way. Angels are saying in your childhood, there were never enough cups to go around, so you got neglected. Now, you got cups all around because that's what we do. We overcompensate, right? If we didn't have enough in childhood, we overcompensate in adulthood. So now you got cups laying around all over the place and you're still unhappy. Y'all go ahead and hit that thanks button. Go ahead and make your donation because I just looked over this way and my angels was like, yeah, girl, you in therapy now. And I'm not a therapist. I'm just a spiritualist. All right. So, Scorpio. Some of you may need to have a conversation with your birth mothers asking, hey, why was there never enough to go around? Why did I get shortchanged? Why did I get ghosted? Why didn't I get your love? Why didn't I get daddy's love? And then whatever the answer is, you're going to have to find some way to heal from it, let go of it, and move on. That's the key. You got to let go of it and move on, or else you'll just stay in the 8 of Swords for the rest of your life, constantly thinking about it and wondering about it and manifesting it, right? You got a cycle ending. You have I don't want to say karmic. It feels like some sort of childhood wound that's coming to a close, because I have the Wheel of Fortune here, I have the World here, I have the Death card here. You are closing out some sort of cycle of deficiency, right? You opened with the Five of Pentacles, you close with the Devil card. So for some of you, lack has been your life. Lack has been your life. And the universe is like, but then in your adulthood, okay, I got to make this make sense. So my angels is like your outlook on life. Three of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Wands, right? Seven of Pentacles. Your outlook is always, am I going to get what I want? Am I going to get? Scorpio's term is I desire. Will I be fulfilled? Will I finally be happy? Will I get that love? Will I get this, right? You are a cup. You are open to receiving your desires, okay? The problem is, that's the wrong fucking question. The question is never, will I? Because the universe's answer is always, yes, you will, okay? That's always the universe's answer. But you're always asking, will I? That question within itself is what's blocking your happiness. Will I? And the universe is like, will you? As in, are you going to will it to you? Okay? Your question is, will I? And the universe is like, okay, if you're looking for something to be put in your cup, then what, through law of attraction, you would think that you're going to attract someone to fill your cup. Universe is like, no, you're looking to be filled, so you're going to attract someone who's looking to be filled too. If y'all are both looking to be filled, who's pouring? Who's doing the pouring? You're welcome. You're welcome. So the universe is saying this lack mentality, regardless of what area of life it's affecting you in, this lack mentality, this filler of the cup, you are the filler of your cup. So the question is never, will I? Will it get filled? That's not the question. The question is my cup in place? My question is, how much do I want? My question is it water today and pentacles tomorrow? Right? And angels are saying, if you could switch into that mentality, you will be able to witness the overflow almost immediate. And I'm being told within 3 days of watching this reading. So it's not, will I get a job? It's, hey, when I get my next job, I hope it's a great job. Okay? Or when I get my next, or I can't wait to get my next job because I want to get a new car. Oh, this is huge, Scorpio. Huge. This is a 180-degree mind shift. Let's stop from this poverty mentality. Will I? Can I? God, do you have? Can you imagine asking God, hey God, you got $5 you can loan me? Can you? God would be looking at you like, are you fucking serious? Like, are you kidding me? You asking me for $5? Do you not know I created everything? Like whatever you need it for, I created. Okay. Oh, angels just said to me too, well, think about the inner child. Think about infants. Think about young children. They're dependent on the receipt of nourishment. So the universe is saying your inner child, for a lot of you right now, could be active, as in, I'm hungry, I'm right, throwing a tantrum. I need, some water in my cup. I need some food. I need some love. I need some money. I need a friend. I need a confidant. I need, right? That's your inner child being active. The adult part of you has to say, here's your dinner. Here's your milk. Here's your liquid. Here's your money. Here's your this. Here's your that. Yeah, all right. That's it. I don't have nothing else to say. And no, truly, my angels are like, okay, that's it. So well, I guess they do. They're basically saying, what you're wishing for, you already possess. Okay. Is it a matter of receipt? No, angels said what they want, they already have. So they are starving for, and they already have the milk, and the angels are saying yes. So what my angels are showing me is like, you're starving for milk. It's like, where's the milk? Where's the milk? And the universe is like, it's right there, right? So as soon as you stop throwing a tantrum and all that dies down, now you have the intelligence to see where all of that nourishment is in your life, or where that nourishment is in yourself. I hope that makes sense. All right, I may want to drop the metaphorical mic, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I love you. Bye.